Video gaming addiction is one of the biggest addiction these days. We all love to play video games, but there is a very common question asked by many people that are video games good for us? So we are going to talk about this topic, that are video games good for us or are they bad for us? Let's start. So there are several things that affect us when we are playing video games. Like first we are going to talk about the hand-eye coordination. When we play a video game, our eyes are working towards the screen and the player we are controlling with our hands, one on our keyboard, other on our mouse. So this keeps a good eye and hand coordination. And what it actually does, it improves your reflexes, it improves your skills. You can do a lot of actions like very quickly and swiftly than others. They improve your sense. So this is really amazing thing. You play video games like action games, or especially when you play the online games, when you have to think like even in a less than a second you have to make a step. You have to move your hands quickly. And playing other games, for example, if you play a sports game like FIFA or PES, you have to have very good eye movements of your player, and your eyes are working towards the screen and your hands are working on the keyboard. So the next thing we are going to talk about how video games benefit us is that they improve our predicting skills. Have you ever played a FPS game or a third-person shooting game? There are things you can do like when you aim at some enemy, you can snipe them, you can predict the path of their movement. So it makes you better to predict what's going to happen next. And similarly, when you're playing the strategic games, that's the same thing you does at that time. You know what's going to be the next step of your enemy, from which direction they're going to attack, so that you can prepare yourself depending upon what you predicted. The third thing we are going to talk about is video games help you make decisions better and more quickly. So this happens also when you play strategic games or some RPG games, some other games like when you have to defend, when you have to attack, when you have to build your own defenses, all these things. This makes you feel a bit more comfortable. All these things, all these rules apply in your real life. It's not like the world of gaming is although it is different, but there are several things common between the video games and your personal life. And if you compare them, you can know that yes, video games are actually very beneficial for you. The next thing we are going to talk about is that video games help you manage the things better. Same is the way I told you that the strategic games, they're really good at these things like managing the things. Like you play Clash of Clans, you can't deny the truth. Everyone plays Clash of Clans, although I have stopped playing it. But it also encourages you to take better decisions, to manage your base more better. The same thing you can do wherever you work. Like you can manage the things better. You're good at organizing. Video games help you in that. And the next thing we are going to talk about are this has been scientifically proved. I was reading this report in newspaper last month that video games have shown a great effect on people dealing with stress, anxiety, or depression. Video games reduces the stress, they increase the relaxation level, the comfort in the mind. But at the same time, there are some video games which can make you even more stressful, like playing a competitive online game. As I told you in our previous video, that when playing Fortnite, it gives you a great panic when you're killing someone. And there are many other things we can also talk about video games. They also gives you a power of imagination. You can make your own imaginative thoughts, and you can work on them. And similarly, there are many other things. Like I never liked football in my life, but after playing FIFA, I started to know what are the rules of football, and now it's my favorite sports. I really love to watch football today. And at the same time, there are so many other things we must not deny that there are also some disadvantages of playing video games, but it is said that excess of everything is bad. Well, some people call it a time wasting, but now video game has its own career. You can work as a streamer, you can work as a professional gaming YouTuber, all these things you can do. But there are some bad effects of video games. Before now, if we look at the past, there were bad screens which caused eye problems. But now, with the advancement in the technology, now it's not that much if affecting to your eyes. And if you really feel some problem, all you have to do is to follow some steps. Like you have to take a 10 minutes break after every 50 minutes of working on your PC or laptop, whatever screen you watch. It reduces the effect a lot. And also you can control your screen brightness, and this can also help you to reduce the stress on your eyes, so you don't have to wear those fucking glasses. And the next thing we are going to talk is that video games are sometimes bad. Like you play video games all the day, they can make you lazy, sluggish. That's the way I am. And that's all I have in this video. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching it. And I have finally decided I'm going to carry on the Evil Within 2 walkthroughs. Stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.